Welcome to today's class on Placester area pages. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what area pages are and why this is so important for your Placester website. So what we're going to be doing is adding pages to your Placester website that talk a little bit about the different areas in your city. Okay, so different maybe neighborhoods or cities or towns around where you serve. Okay, the idea is to make it look like you're an expert in all of those communities that you serve, that you specialize in. Right? But not only that, this is huge for search engine optimization. So one of the biggest questions that we get is, how do I get my website up on Google, for example? Right, so that search engine optimization, unfortunately there's no magic Google button, all right, but you can do things to your site to optimize it for search engines, and one of the big things is adding custom content about areas that you specialize in, for example. So Google knows that all the default information on your Placester website is the same for all agents that have your website, so it's really great to go in and add some custom information, custom verbiage for the areas that you serve, because of course those are going to be rich in keywords and help you pull up in Google higher when clients are searching for keywords. All right, so we're going to dive right into it so you can see exactly what that looks like. But our main goal of our website here is to make it like a tool hub for your clients. All information that they need with the home buying process or selling process all in one spot on your website. So this is a main part of the home buying process for them, is finding an area they'd like to live in. So to do that, of course, we'll need to go into your Placester website. And if you have not done that before, you will go to mykw.kw.com to go ahead and log in and access the Placester backend. Okay, so again, that was mykw.kw.com. And that's where I am here. I'm on my MyKW home screen. All right, so again, that was mykw.kw.com, and then we're simply going to want to hover over technology on that top black toolbar. From that drop down that displays, let's go ahead and select KW websites, that third option down there. Okay, so we're selecting KW websites from that black drop down box that displays. And we're going to click the big red button that says go to my website. All right, and that will pull up the Placester dashboard. Okay, you should see welcome, your name on the top left here. Okay, you might see some different options on the left-hand side of where you can go directly. But if you wouldn't mind, let's go ahead and click on the 9 dots in a square on the top right of your screen. Okay, so it's the 9 dots in a square on the very top right, right by where it says website powered by Placester. And then we have these 9 dots in a square that will give us some menu options here. All right, from those dots in a square up on that top right, let's go ahead and select sites from that drop down. All right, so after we select sites from that drop down on the top right of our screen here, I like to go to this route to make sure that we only have one website that we need to be editing. Okay, sometimes accidentally more than one gets created. So we want to make sure we just have this one site here, and let's go ahead and click Edit Site to the right-hand side of our website name. All right, so again, we are clicking Edit Site in blue on the right-hand side of this page here. And it will take us directly into the Placester backend. Okay, so it takes you into all the site settings, so you have made it to the place where you can edit your entire Placester website. Now I'm going to be focusing on the area pages right here on your screen, the area pages specifically in today's class. However, if you do want to learn more about Placester, we do have basic and advanced Placester classes, Placester 101 and Placester 201. We teach them every week on Wednesdays, but they can also be viewed recorded on slmtraining.com. Okay, so feel free to hop over there after this class if you want to learn even more about your Placester website. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and select areas on the top of my page here in blue to access the areas on my page specifically. All right, so I am selecting areas on the top of my page in blue, and of course let me know if I lose you in any part of this so I can catch you up or explain anything further. All right, so we did click that areas page, and most likely if you have not gone in here before, this section is blank for you. Okay, so don't be alarmed, that's totally normal. But let me show you how to go ahead and start adding areas in. Now it might say on your screen areas 0, most likely if you've never done this before. And as you might have guessed, we're going to go ahead and click this big plus sign right here to go ahead and start creating an area. Okay, so we are setting up an area that we specialize in. All right, and let's go ahead and take a stroll here all the way down this page. So I'm going to go over what each field does and some tips on what to do for each field to help you guys out further. So in this area page title here, okay, that's where you're going to want to put in the area name. Okay, so here you could put in maybe a city in your area. Okay, like Charlotte, for example, or a neighborhood, because you'll notice right under here where it says type of area, it does give you the option to pick which kind of area you're adding, whether that be county, region, okay, so like a selection of counties, locality, which that's the most often used one. Locality would be like a city or a town around you. Postal would be a zip code. And neighborhood is what we're going to do in today's class. So it's really great to do neighborhood pages on your website. Of course, you can do it based on city for locality to make it a little broader, or a neighborhood selection. So I'm going to go ahead and pick neighborhood, and I'll explain in just a second here why it's so great to hyper focus on these neighborhoods. And I can come up to this area page title and put in the name of the neighborhood that I would like to do an area page for. Now, it's always really great to try and really hyper focus on neighborhoods in your area. For example, if you were to search, so Charlotte, North Carolina is where I am. If I were to search Charlotte area homes for sale, there are going to be hundreds of websites that have homes for sale in the greater Charlotte area. Charlotte is a big city, so there's lots of websites created marketing Charlotte and marketing the listings in Charlotte. Now, if you were to search a neighborhood on Google, so if you think of a neighborhood near you and search it in Google, it's really hard to find a website that really truly talks about that neighborhood, maybe the amenities that it has, school information, tax information, but there's not a lot of websites out there that focus on specific neighborhoods in your area. So if you think about your competition on search engines, you're going to be able to get your site a lot higher on search engines, hyper-focusing on smaller neighborhoods like this. And not to mention, it makes you look like an absolute expert on the neighborhood that you are writing about. Okay, so people start to think that, wow, if I want to list or buy a home in Valentine Country Club, for example, I need to call this agent right away, okay, because this is the best resource. So that's why I recommend neighborhood for this. However, of course, you can make it broader and do cities in your area as well. So for the area page title, we want to put in our neighborhood name. And type of area, we have neighborhood in today's example. Of course, all of this is entirely up to you. Now, in name of area, okay, this drop-down box changes based on what you have selected in the drop-down box above it. So since I have neighborhood selected, in this name of area drop-down, it's going to have all the neighborhoods in my area. So it's quite a lengthy list here. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down and try and find the neighborhood that I am working on in today's example. It is in alphabetical order, so that does help. From what I've seen, it's not really searchable, so it is a bit of scrolling to find that neighborhood. But see if you can go ahead and find that neighborhood or town, whatever you're doing in today's class, from that drop down here in name of area. All right, and moving down to default sort here. So what this will do is, on this area page, it will not only give your clients information about the area, but it will also display listings in that area. So for example, in this neighborhood that we're working on. So you are selecting from the next drop down how you would like those listings to display, whether it's from price highest or lowest. Okay. If it's a more historic neighborhood, you could do year built, okay, or maybe it's a new construction neighborhood, then maybe the year built for the newest. Right. I like to do total images, right? That way it kind of gives a variety of listings up at the top. It's not all $1 million listings at the very top, for example, for highest listings prices. So I am going to select total images most, but of course, totally up to you. You can do the newest listings as well. I like that one as well. All right, and you can go ahead and click this checkbox that says, should this area be featured? So yes, I would like this to be featured. All right, scrolling on down to the slideshow section. So of course, what makes a web page really pop and what hooks people is some images along with any verbiage, right? So it's really great to add these slideshow images. You'll notice that the images should be, it tells you the size right here, 1600 pixels by 600 pixels. Okay, so that is a rather large image for these slideshows. So just keep an eye out for that. If you pick a smaller image, it will blow it up on your site and it kind of makes it look grainy sometimes. So make sure you are looking for larger images as far as what to add in the slideshow section here. So just so you can see what it looks like when I add these, okay, when we look at the live site, I'm going to go ahead and upload a couple options here. So I'm going to click Upload File. It will browse your computer and you can go find wherever you might have photos for that community. It's really great to take a camera, or even iPhone have pretty high quality, and Android have high quality cameras at this point. Go take some community pictures yourself, okay? Snap some yourself so that those are your own photos. And you can add those to your website right away. So I'm going to go ahead and add a couple images here. Now this is a slideshow in this first section, much like the Placester homepage, so it will slide these images through. We have not seen a maximum amount of images that you can add for this slideshow. Okay, but 1 or 2, 5 would be great. Okay, create some movement on your page. All right, and let's move down to the meat and potatoes of this area page, the page content. All right, so in this page content here, we'll have the headline. All right, so we'll want to put something like about Ballantyne Country Club, okay, about the neighborhood that we're writing about. Say that's the main headline of our page here. All right, and now we have the body copy. Okay, so this is the main information on the page. So you might want to put something like, are you looking to move to Ballantyne Country Club? Here are some of the top reasons to move into Ballantyne Country Club. Find out more about Ballantyne Country Club amenities, taxes, schools, and more. Okay, so just an idea of what to type here. Of course, you can type anything you would like to right here. I am trying to kind of focus on keywords as I'm creating these, the body content here, right? People might want to know about Ballantyne Country Club amenities and taxes. That might be, or schools, that might be main things that they would search in Google. So really good to think of, rich keywords that you want your website to pull up with, okay? So for example, even if, the most common thing to search would of course be Ballantyne homes for sale. However, you want to capture those people that are looking at maybe Ballantyne Country Club schools or Ballantyne taxes. Okay, maybe people who weren't necessarily looking to buy homes before came across your website, and now all of a sudden they are looking at homes right from your website. All right, so whatever you want to put here in this body copy section. And then there will be a photo that separates this main body section from the next section. Okay, kind of like a divider there. So it looks great. Again, as I mentioned, photos are a really great way to hook people and keep people on your website. Makes it visually appealing, right? Breaks up the text, right? Too much text on one page kind of scares people away. They don't want to read a novel, right? So it's great to break up that page with photos. So I'm going to go ahead and add another photo here just so you guys can see what it looks like on the main page. And again, once I click this, it'll browse my computer. And I can just double click whichever image I would like to add in. All right, again, it tells you how big the image should be. So image should be 600 pixels wide. From what I've seen, it can be bigger than 600 pixels wide, and it'll just downsize it, but we just don't want it to really be much smaller than 600 pixels wide because, again, it will blow up the image and it will make it start to look grainy. So the bigger the picture, the better for these. Subhead. All right, so moving on down to some other information we can add. Okay, so these are kind of like subsections that we can add with more information. So let's pick the next topic that people might be interested in, like top amenities, and things to do in the Ballantyne area. Okay, maybe you want to talk about the area that this neighborhood is in. Right, so we can talk about things like the Ballantyne area is a desirable area in South Charlotte, okay, in your city. Okay, of course, we're tailoring this to wherever you live. There are countless things to do and mouth-watering restaurants to enjoy. All right, so let's talk about the other things that we can also add in these text boxes here. So you'll notice at the top here, it gives you some icons of things that you can do. So you can bold certain text, right? So if you wanted to make another section here, like top amenities, and things to do in Ballantyne. Okay, we can make little subheadings in here, make them bold, and even underline them. Okay, so these icons at the top here are very similar to what you see in Word, let's say. If you're not sure of what the icon does, you'll notice if I just hover my mouse over that icon, it pops up telling me in a little bubble there that it's to make it bold. Okay, so again, you can just leave your mouse and it'll pop up telling you what that icon does. I'll make this one bold and underlined as well. Okay, other key things to note on here. It does give you the option to hyperlink any links, so I'll actually come back to that and show you how to do that because that's a great thing to add to your page. We'll come back to that. You can also add more photos here. So if you want to add photos of the amenities or things to do in Ballantyne. And also videos. Guys, talking about search engine optimization, adding videos to your website is probably one of the #1 things that you can do to help it rank higher on search engines. So YouTube is owned by Google, so Google really likes when you embed YouTube videos onto your website. Okay, it gives you extra points for it. All right, so what a great thing to do. I know this is a little extra, this is a little next step, but take your iPhone, Android, go to the neighborhood that you are writing an area page on, and take some footage. Take some, simply drive through, take some footage of the amenities. You can even take yourself talking about the area that you're in. You would just upload that video to YouTube, to your YouTube channel, and you can simply embed that video right here. Okay, I know that is a little next step and that might blow you away. It's certainly nothing that you have to do, but it does give you some extra help with search engines. So it's just an extra step for you if you'd like to help optimize your site further. And again, that embed video option is the kind of little play button right here. Okay, if you need any extra help with how to embed videos, feel free to email support@scottleroymarketing.com. Let me go ahead and put in our email address here so you guys have that. That is support@scottleroymarketing.com. And I can always send over a little extra steps whenever you're ready for it on how to embed videos in the site here. All right, let's talk about hyperlinking. Okay, so things to do in Valentine. All right, so what you could do is you could write something like, I'm going to unbold and ununderline here. Write something like, click here to view a full list of things to do in Valentine. All right, now what I could do, so I want where it says click here, I want that to be a clickable link. So when they click here, it actually goes to a list of things to do in that area. So I'm going to pull up a new tab, and this again is a little next step. So bear with me, but this is a great way to give your website a little higher on search engines here. Oops. Hold on, 1 second here. Okay, so I'm just going to type in on Google things to do in Valentine. All right, so of course you would do that wherever your city is that you're writing an area page on. If you simply Google things to do in that community, TripAdvisor usually has really great things on here. You'll find that there's a bunch of like Yelp websites as well. So if I were to click on, let's say, this TripAdvisor option, it will take me to a list of different things to do in the Valentine area. So let's say I want to make this a clickable link from my website to allow my clients to easily find this list straight from my website. All you would need to do is simply click on the URL at the top of your screen, and it will highlight that entire URL here. We're going to right click here. Okay, so we're clicking on it to highlight it. Then we're going to right click to copy that. Okay, so we're copying the website address to get to this page specifically. We can go back to our Placester site. Okay, that should be a different tab on your browser here that says Placester on it. I will then want to highlight whatever words I would like to make a clickable link. So in this case, I want to make it so that they can actually click here. So I'm going to highlight whatever words I want to be a clickable link. Okay, if you're not familiar with how to highlight things, you would just simply click your mouse and drag while clicking to highlight that. And then I'm going to click this little chain link icon on this top menu. You'll notice if I hover my mouse there, it's telling me that will insert a hyperlink. Okay, so it'll make it a clickable link. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that chain link. All right, it'll walk me through it right here. So web address. This is where I want to, I will want to right click to paste that in. So in the web address field, let's right click in that field and click paste to paste in that website address that we just took from TripAdvisor. All right, let's go ahead and leave the text how it is and make sure to check the open link in new window, okay, because you are directing them to a different website. We don't want that to take them away from your website. And let's go ahead and click insert. All right, I can now see that that is a clickable link, and I can tell that because it is blue and underlined. Okay, so we can go to our live site to test that out, and we certainly will. All right, so that is how you hyperlink things to your website. Okay, and that's a great thing to do to make your website a tool hub. Of course, you want to put as much information on your actual website as possible, as all those keywords help pull people to your website, but this is definitely a shortcut to give them other tools. All right, so let's keep scrolling down here, and we'll see another place to add photos, okay, to again break up your page a little more. Now these two photos sit side by side, so you'll notice that the image should be 300 pixels wide and both be the same size, okay, in order for those to look correct, sitting side by side, okay. So this might take a little bit of playing with to see what it looks like, but I'm going to go ahead and click Upload File. to pull in a photo I have. And I'll do that one more time for the second file here. All right, so I have my two photos that will hopefully be the same size sitting next to each other. And let's scroll down to the final subhead here. All right, so on this final subhead here, let's go ahead and think of the next thing that people might be interested in or might really matter to someone moving into this neighborhood or this area. So how about top schools in the Ballantyne area? Okay, typically very important to people moving to a new community. They typically really want school information. All right, so we could type in something like, click here to explore top schools in the Ballantyne area. Search school ratings, report cards, and more. Okay, so here we go again, adding in that click here thing. All right, so this will be good extra practice for you, and this is a good tip. All right, this is a great website that you might want to include on your website in general. All right, it's greatschools.org. Okay, so we're going to practice one more time inserting a hyperlink, okay, because I know that was a couple steps. And if you're not a big fan of technology, I know that might have hurt your head a little bit, so I totally understand. So let's take a look at, let's pull up a new tab. All right, so click on the new tab option on your browser. And let's type in the website greatschools.org. So that's .org at the end, not .com. That was greatschools.org. All right, so greatschools.org is a really great resource, right? Because there's some gray areas of what you as a realtor can talk about the schools in the area. So it's really great to be able to point people to your website to be able to browse greatschools.org and find out what they want to know on their own as well. So right here, you can search either zip code, address, city, or schools. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put in, let's say, the zip code for the area that I'm doing. Okay, but you can do it by city it's in as well. Totally up to you. Whatever is pertinent the most to this neighborhood. And I'm going to search. Okay, so this is the same process as we did with the last hyperlink. All right, so you'll notice on here it gives me a list of all the schools in that area, and I would be able to click to view information on that school further. Okay, the reviews and ratings. So it is a really great website. All right, so if I want to add this to my page, I would simply click on the top URL, and it would highlight the entire thing. All right, the URL is the website address. So we want to click to highlight it. We will right click on that highlighted website address and click copy. Okay, so I right clicked on the website address, clicked copy, and I'm going to go back to my Placester site here. I'm going to make sure I highlight the words click here. Click this little chain icon on the top of this little menu. So where it says insert hyperlink, I'm going to go ahead and click this chain icon. And I'm simply in the web address field, I'm simply going to right click to paste that in. All right, and then my final step here is clicking the checkbox that says open link in new window. Okay, because again, we're trying to give them another resource on another website, but we don't want to take them away from our website. And let's go ahead and click insert. Okay. Now I know that was a couple steps on how to hyperlink things. Again, if that blew your mind, but it sounds like something that you would like to do on your website, feel free to email support@scottleroymarketing.com. I would be happy to write out instructions for you on how to do that. And as well, this class is recorded, so it will be on slmtraining.com later today, so you can watch this video again, pause it, and do it step by step with me, okay, as you're doing the area page. Just a heads up, happy to help out on that. All right, so now we have our last subhead, so we can scroll down to the very bottom where we have to put in just a couple more pieces of information, okay? I know this is quite a few steps here, but in this excerpt here, what I generally put in this excerpt is I just scroll up to the very top of my page and grab what I have in the main body copy, okay? So I'm just gonna copy what I have on the top text box. So to copy, we highlight the entire thing and click copy. Hopefully, at least after this class, you are a pro at copying and pasting. And let's scroll back down to the bottom into the excerpt field. We can click and then right click to paste in that little excerpt that we grabbed. Okay, the excerpt, just to give you an idea of what this is, it's well, you can see right here, it's a shortened version of the area. Okay, it'll display on the area page that we're about to create. Okay, it's supposed to ideally grab their attention to pull them in to view more information about the area. Okay, so it's an attention grabber. And for this featured image here, all right, this is another attention grabber. So we're going to want to go ahead and add an image that we think would really grab their attention to make them want to see more on Ballantyne Country Club, on this neighborhood. All right, meta title and meta description here. So meta title, when you search on Google, for example, and you see a bunch of blue hyperlinks display all down your page, all right, that is what your meta title will say for this page specifically. So this is your place, as you can see it says SEO, so that stands for Search Engine Optimization. This is your place for keywords, however it is visible by people, okay? So people can see that, so we don't want to put things like best realtor ever, comma, Charlotte Homes, comma, right? Because it is visible, so we want this to make sense to people. So let's go ahead and put in as a meta title. This only allows 55 characters or less, so I'm going to do Ballantyne Country Club, Charlotte, North Carolina, homes for sale, and information. Okay, because again, listings will display on this page. And in the meta description here, that allows for a little more information. So that allows for 155 characters or less. So it's about 3 lines, okay, because I know you're not going to count your characters. So we can put in a meta description of something like, learn about Ballantyne Country Club in Charlotte, North Carolina, including prices, amenities, local attractions, and more, with your name, broker/realtor, whatever your job title is. Okay, that's just an idea. And guys, I don't really expect you, of course, to remember all of the things that I've written here. So we have created a template, by the way, of just ideas of what you can put on each of these headings and these text boxes here. Let me go ahead and send over that template so that you guys have something to go off of in case you're looking at this like, I have no idea what to write. We created a solution for you on that. So here, let me go ahead and send that over. All right, so I sent over that template. It will give you an idea of what you can add to as far as verbiage on all of these sections here. And let's go ahead and click Save on the bottom of your screen. Okay, please don't forget to click Save. It's a lot of work to not save it. We've all done it before, right? Done all that work and then it didn't save. It's very painful. So go ahead and make sure to click Save on the bottom of your screen, and you should now see that on your list. Now there is one final step on how to make this appear on your website. So if you can scroll to the top of your screen and click on Pages from that top blue toolbar there. So we're clicking on Pages from that top blue toolbar. And we need to click this big plus sign on our screen under Pages. To create a new page. Okay, so we need to actually create an area page for all our communities to sit on. So in this top section here, where it says templates, let's go ahead and change that drop down to Areas Index. Okay, it's near the top of that list, Areas Index. Okay, in this page title here, we might want to put something like Charlotte communities, let's say, or Charlotte neighborhoods, or whatever you'd like to do, your city areas I specialize in, for example, or communities served. There are a variety of different things that you can put, but for right now I'm going to put Charlotte communities. And I'm going to put in a little bit of page content here. So I'm going to type something like explore Charlotte neighborhoods, find the perfect neighborhood in the greater Charlotte area. Okay, whatever you would like, it just appears on the top of the page above all the areas. All right, from here we'll want to make sure to check any check boxes next to the page, next to the areas that we want to display on this area page here. So you'll want to at least check the one that we already did in today's class. And one more time for the meta title and description, let's just go ahead and copy and paste what we have up here. So we'll put in Charlotte Communities as the meta title, and meta description is what we have in the page content. Okay. Of course, this is your place for keywords, so feel free to really focus on keywords on that to help pull your website up. And now I'm going to click Save on the bottom right. All right, guys, we did it. So let's see how it looks on your live site now. So once you click Save, it will ask if you want to edit your menu. For right now, I'm just going to click Close. I don't need to edit that. I just want to view my work. So I'm going to click Close and click View Live Site on the top in blue, okay, on the top right side. All right, so I now have the option to click Charlotte Communities. On the top menu here. Fun. One second here, let me fix that up. Let's see why that's not working. One second. I know why. Sorry, I had done this page previously in another class, and so it's conflicting because I named it the same thing. So one second here. Let's pull this back up. Try it one more time. Drum roll, please. Charlotte areas. And now that displays correctly. Okay, that was nothing that you would have done wrong. It's just from a previous class. So now you should see once you click on that, okay, the different communities that you might have added, including that one we added today. Okay, this is the one we did in today's class. Ballantyne Country Club, that's the neighborhood we did. You'll see that excerpt that we added, and you have the option to read more. So from clicking Read More, it gives us that slideshow going through on the top of our page here, okay, creating movement on the site. I can click to view all listings right here. All right, it gives us our main photo, all the different headers that we did, And let's go ahead and check out one of our hyperlinks here, right? We did things to do in Valentine, so I'm going to click here to view the full list, and I see that it works properly. Okay, it takes me over to that new page. So make sure to check out any hyperlinks if you followed along with me in today's class. Right, but you can see if you keep scrolling down, we have those two images here. It shows me a map, okay, of Charlotte listings in that neighborhood. And it also starts listing those listings below it. So I can click on it for all that listing detail. Okay. All right, so that is how you go about setting up area pages on your Placester website. I know that was a couple pages, but I promise it is absolutely worth it when it comes to search engine optimization and creating a website that's actually usable for your clients as a tool hub. Okay. All right, if you guys have any questions at all, of course, feel free to email support@scottleroymarketing.com. We're happy to help out with that. All right, and I hope you guys have a happy Friday and a great weekend.